So here is how you collect the red monocle. Um, I strongly suggest having three characters to help you. One near the bottom, near Gloomy Bluefin, and one near Sir Finley Murgleton. The coordinates are not really good for the Gloomy Bluefin, so if you have a character there, you can spot it before you dive. And if you have Sir Murgleton targeted and you only have a 5-minute timer, you can get to him quickly. So I highly recommend having Flying 310. That will save you your bacon because there's a timer a really far distance to go. You only have 4 minutes to get there. So I have Bagnon add-on, which is handy because you can sort your bags. So that's what I do is I put my bags where I can see what I'm buying, what I'm selling. So if you go to the guide on Wowhead, which is the secret Hivemind, the hunt is over. Vashj'ir Murloc item skins. And you can do Control F on that web page to scroll right down to Murloc skin. There's 3 tabs. The first tab is an item that'll give you 60-minute timer. Some timers are 60 minutes, some are 30 minutes, sometimes 5 minutes. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to Sir Murloc and I'm going to purchase 500 seashells. You need at least 8,000 gold in case you screw up. I'll do shift click to purchase a stack. And then I do 200, 200, 100. Because if you do 500, the stack doesn't go that high. You'll notice there's a timer here, 30 minutes. And now my first place to go is the Volatile Violet Scale. So I've already got all the waypoints in TomTom on my map. Volatile Violet Scale is Abyssal Depth 38 by 77. I've already got my seashells. I have 500 of them. Something you can do to help yourself is you can put in your wayfinder for TomTom the mental note cavity-free tooth 100. So how you do that is you just type /way, your coordinates, and then slash what you want to put in the comment and how many you're buying. So the volatile violet scale is a long snake that lives in the Corthan's End and the abyssal depth. So what I do is I dismount, and then I have a fast swimming mount like the brine bottom deep feeder or the sea turtle or the subdued seahorse. My favorite is subdued seahorse because that is a Vashj'ir mount that you can use. It has a really good animation. And the volatile violet scale is purple colored. You need to be wearing your talisman of true treasure finding. We're going to purchase 100 cavity free teeth tooth. So I purchased 50 at a time to make sure it takes over the right box. And then my next place to go is the Manta Stargazer, which is back near Sir Finley. Sometimes your waypoint will disappear, you just reset it. Sometimes they'll stay. Like my volatile violet scale is waypoint's still there, so I don't have to do anything. And if you mouse over your mount, it'll say increase swim speed. Swimming towards the surface as fast as I can. I've got it on autopilot, so I don't forget what I'm doing. One nice thing about the subdued seahorse, it dismounts you when you go above water, so you can mount up on your other mount right away. So I'm flying towards my character that's near Sir Mergleton. I can see on my mini map the heading. I'm going towards the Manta Stargazer, and I need 50 razor eel larvae. And if you have Bagnon, when you hit B, it shows you what you have in your bags. So these free tooth will all be consumed when I buy the other thing. As you can see, it only has a 3-minute left on the timer. So white items, so you only have 5 minutes to get there. So if you can do it with the flying 280, but it's tight. And then you're looking for the green mob, which is right there. You land. And then the razor eel larva, I buy 10 of them to make sure I'm buying the right thing. It removes the correct currency, so now I buy all 40 remaining. Bam. Now I need well-fed Dr. Fish, which is by Little Whaley, which is still in this zone, so not too far. He's by the underwater ruins. So one thing you can do is when you get close, you can tap your mount to dismount, and then you can hit the subdued seahorse to mount up immediately. So you can see the whale there as I zoom in. And then we'll need some well-fed Dr. Fish, 250 of them. So we'll buy them 50 at a time. So 5, it doesn't let us. So we'll buy 5 stacks at a time. Well-fed Dr. Fish. Try 10 stacks. There we go. 10. 10. 10. And then 5 to finish off. There we go, 250. Our next place to fly is Gloomy Bluefin, which is, like I said before, way down in the abyssal depth. But we have our other character there to spot the correct location. So the other character is to the west of the mob. If you look at the mini map, he's facing due east. The world boss Mobus is there, or the whale shark. I don't have time to kill him because the priority is getting this thing done. See, there's Mobus on the right. He's a world boss, but he drops a harpoon, which is a pole arm, and some jewel crafting recipe. Now my draw distance is at maximum, so I can see all the way to the bottom here. And when I spot the other character there, I zoom in and I zero in on his location. I have the heading from the mini map, so I use that to kind of narrow my search. And I see something flickering there. That's my other character. The gloomy bluefin is still due east of it. So there he is. So that we want the fish. We don't care about the character. It's just to have a basis of reference. We need freshly molted crab skin. So freshly molted crab skin, we're gonna buy 5 of it if it'll let us. And we're gonna buy another 5. There we go. Our 10 molted crab skin. Now we're going to Old Fresh Breath, which is in Kelperthar Forest. As you can see, I'm still mounted, so I'm going as fast as I can. Now, Old Fish Breath is 2,000 yards away. What you have to remember is you only have 5 minutes to get there, so there's no time to go get a drink or go to the bathroom or anything like that. So my freshly molted crab skin has a 5-minute timer on it. When the timer ticks down, it disappears out of your bag. You have to start over. So what you're going to do at this point is you're going to back away from your character. You're going to zoom out. And you're going to try and figure out when he gets to the surface. So you level out the camera so you can see when you get to the surface. Then you hit the space bar, dismount, then get on your flying mount, fly right away. I'm facing the wrong angle, so I correct. And I have every waypoint before I start. That way I don't have to search. Old Fish Press is still 1,000 yards away. If you have time, you want to target little carp, old fish breath, bluefin, and anglerfish before you start because they're hard to spot. So as I approach old fish breath, I look and there's my X above the water. So I see him before I approach him. Back on subdued seahorse. Line the thing. Glitter gill glitter. And we want 50, so I'm going to put 5 stacks. Another 5 stacks. Bada boom, we're done. Now, unfortunately, this particular currency requires 2 currencies to buy the next thing. So we go back to Sir Finley to buy the other more shells. You can't buy them all at once because they would expire. So we bought shells earlier for 500 gold. Now we're going back for 80 gold. As we approach, we can see our other character there. And we're going to get him to jump so he doesn't time out. Okay, Sir Finley. 79 more shells. So there's 80. And now we're going to fly to Gloomy Bluefin, which is where our second character is. So one character on Sir Finley, one character on Gloomy Bluefin. That'll simplify your life much. Now, as I'm approaching, I want to dismount close to the water so I don't have to drop too long. And then mount my seahorse as I touch the water. So dismount, fall, and then mount up the seahorse, and then numlock to have auto run enabled. And I could zoom in to have the full vision of the area as I'm diving. Right on top of my other character, so I should be able to spot him before I get there. I can see from my second screen that my second character is zoomed in on the bluefish again directly east. And there, I see the bluefin. There we go. I marked him before I started, so I know I have the right target. And from the gloomy bluefin, I'm going to buy 2 giant toenails. So click on him, he stops moving. 1 toenail is 40. That's correct currency. 2 toenails is another 40. There we go. Next, I'm going to the little carp. So that's due west. There you go. I can look on my map. It's 1,000 yards away. I don't try to enter combat or stop for anything. If you're doing war mode on, I strongly recommend turning it off for this. There'd be nothing worse than you're about to turn in and you get ganked. If you can't see the target, what you could do is slash TARLIL or LIT. There it is, little carp. And I'm going to buy from the little carp 4 Makura eyes. So 1, 2, and I've got 4. Before I leave, I put a mark on it. And now I'm going to volatile violet scale. It's useful to have the animation in case you somehow get dismounted flying over an area and then you end up swimming slower. So I'm just going to go to my other screen, make it jump again so I don't AFK. And now I'm going to do /TRPOL. And as I get closer, I hit enter, and there it is. Now, from the Makura eyes, I look back at my notes. I need to buy an accidentally severed seahorse fin. And next I'm going to crimson anglerfish, which is due east. Near Darkbreak Cove, sometimes you get dismounted. There's like a dead zone there, so you have to be careful. As I'm flying up, I'm trying to get to the surface. So I'm going to zoom out, fly, and swim upwards. The severed fin only has a 5-minute timer. Getting to the surface. Dismount. Mount up. Namaki. Now I'm going to Bielaron Ridge, where Crimson Anglerfish is. It says Anglerfish, but it's Anglerfish. From the Anglerfish, I need 2 shiny serpent scales. The only problem with the Anglerfish is it keeps moving around. So you have to find a split second where it stops to buy it. So we're buying one item from it now, but later on we'll be buying 20 items. So we'll come back to him. So dismount, mount up. I marked him already, so I see the orange glow. Shiny Serpent Sea Scale. It says 3 for 1, which means we'll have an extra left over. There we go. I got it. Now I'm going to Manta Stargazer and buying the Symbiotic Plankton. I check back my map. My waypoint's still there. Good. So the Manta Stargazer is close to one of our characters. It's sitting on Sir Finley. For the Manta Stargazer, I need to buy 40 Symbiotic Plankton. Now, I'm going to have two different types of currency in my bags. I'm going to have 40 Symbiotic Planktons and 50 Glitter Gill Glitter. Now, Sir Finley sells a currency, 5 of them, the Murloc Skin Lotion. He wants 10 or 8 of each to give you 5. So I'm looking for the green mob. There it is. Symbiotic Plankton, I want 2. 1, 2. I have left over 1 shiny Sea Serpent Scale. We're not going to do anything with that. It's going to despawn from our bags at some point. So we go there, and we get my 5 scintillating Murloc skins. Bam. There we go. Now we go to the next item on the list, which is Gastropod Gloop. And we have to buy 300 seashells from Sir Finley. So you see that our scintillating Murloc Skin Lotion has 1 hour timer on it. So we can't buy them all at once because there's a maximum on the stack of 250 something. So we buy 150 at a time. Now we go to Old Fish Breath, which is Kelprathar Forest. All my waypoints are still there. And Old Fish Breath is 800 yards away. So I'm zoomed in, first person view, and as soon as I see something green or my marker, I dive. There he is. And then I switch to the Seahorse. And I have to buy 30 Ventus Black Ink. So there we go, 30. And now I have to fly all the way to the Blackfish. My waypoint's gone, so I reinstall my waypoint before I leave the zone. I go back. There it is. My waypoint's back. Occasionally, it despawns your waypoint. You just cut and paste your way instructions into chat, and then TomTom reinstalls it where it's supposed to go. If you look at the Blackfish, this is the scariest flight of them all, I think, because you have to fly the two furthest points away. If you don't have flying 310, it's real tight. You have like 40 seconds to turn it in at the end. So 2,000. You have to fire like 5,000 yards. And the other thing is the Blackfish is really, really deep. So look at my timer. I have 3 minutes left. Okay, I'm going to dismount. As I fall, I get ready to mount up, dive, and then I zoom in. There it is, all the way at the bottom. The Blackfish. From the Blackfish, who buy the super slick eel slime. 30 of them. So that's going to use up all our Ventus ink. So there we go. 30. Enter. It despawns our other currency. Now we have to go to volatile. We look back. Our waste point is despawned. So we put it back in. Because we have to come back to the Blackfish later. So now I'm going to volatile violet scale. Volatile violet scale, I need some rock encrusted whelk shell. There it is. By 3. It completely uses up my currency. And now I have to go get gastropod gloop from the little carp. This is actually the easiest one to do, the gastropod gloop, from what I find. If you can swing the long flight and get that done, then you easily do this one. So the rock encrusted whelk shells only last 5 minutes. So you have 3 of them, and you're going to trade them in for 5 gastropod glutes. You're going to get 6, but you only need 5. Now, when I was here a few minutes ago, I marked the cart, so I should be able to spot it. It's got a green triangle on it, so let's see how quickly I can spot it. There it is. Gastropod glutes, 6 of them. So 3 stacks, which is 6. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. There we go. Now we go back to Sir Finley. Oh, I dismounted accidentally. Thank God I was looking at my camera. So I'll go back to my notes, and now I need captured bubbles. Aha, the Wowhead page has crashed. Don't fear. I have this figured out. So what you do is if your character is on autopilot, you can just refresh the Wowhead page and just do Control F and then Murloc skin. Oh, it's really crashed. I have to start it over. So I'll reboot the Chrome. I look at my history. So what happened is I clicked on the link that directs me to a different page. That's why it wouldn't work. And I'm right back to where I started. There we go. I'm at Sir Murloc. And this time, this is why it's good to have an add-on like Bagnon, is you need the stacks to get 1,500 seashells. 1,500 is a lot. So I would heavily recommend an add-on. Clicking 1,500 times on the mouse is hard. I've done it before. It's not fun. There's my 1,000 plus 500, so 1,500. And this is what I'm going for at the end, is the red monocle. So I need to go to Little Whaley, which is in the ruins of Tel Sarai Temple. I have my coordinates, 69 by 47. TomTom is very handy that way. I'm going to hit the space bar on my other two characters so they don't time out. Dismount. Seahorse. Dive. Zoom in. There's little whaley. This is the last item, so if your waypoints despawn, don't worry about it. So here's a little whaley. And from him, we need 300 very pretty corals. Now, they come in stacks of 5. So I'm going to buy, I need a stack. Okay, so I need 49. So 50. If you buy too many, what's going to happen is it's going to deduct from your pile, but it's not going to give them to you. So be very careful not to buy more than 50 at a time. There we go. I have 300. And now I'm going to iridescent shimmery skin in Oldfish Breath. So I'll leave this area. You can swim there or you can fly. It doesn't matter. I've lost my waypoint, but I don't care because I'm not coming back this way. About the caps there, chat room. So I'm going to fly. As you can see on my map, Oldfish Breath is in the Nos Boneyard, but usually I can spot him because I marked him. There we go. There he is. So I swim down to him. And now I need iridescent shimmery skin. I'm not going to buy them all at once. I want to make sure I'm buying the right currency. So iridescent shimmery skin. So I'm going to buy 25 to start. Yes, that looks all right. So now I'm going to buy 50. And now I'll buy another 25. There's my 100 shimmery skin. Now I have to go to Crimson Anglerfish. And this is the most frustrating loot of the whole thing. You have to buy 20 of this item. And the fish just keeps moving around. So you have to click on it quick enough to buy a stack, and then you have to buy the right item, and you have to buy 20 of them. So the anglerfish, the trick to it is when it gets to the end of its swimming run, it stops for a split second. That's when you click on it, and before it moves again, that's when you buy your stack. So I'm buying luxurious Lux scale. 20 of them. If you have a screenshot of what's in the bags, you know what to click on before you get there. But most of the times I forget what I'm doing, so I have to improvise and do it as on the fly. You only have 4 minutes to complete the job. Dismount. There he is. Dive. So wait for it to stop. Nope, not quick enough. You can dismount at this point if you want. Luxurious Lux scale. 4. Nope, not quick enough. Crap. Not quick enough. So one thing you can do, I guess, is swim with them and buy them as you're swimming. There we go. Oh no, I got 16 more to buy. The crappy thing is the timer's ticking down on the Lux scales. There we go. So I only got 4 minutes now to swim to the other fish. So surface as fast as you can. And you all know where we're going. The blackfish again. $3,000. And my timer is 4 minutes on the luxurious Lux scale. I've had it where the scales despawn right before I bought the item. 20 seconds I was short. TomTom is great. It points the arrow directly the shortest path. It tells you it's going to take 1:06 to get there. So I'm going to have 2 minutes or less to cash in. 50 seconds. 3 minutes on the scales. I'm good. And that will give me the captured bubbles. I need 5 of them. And then I can buy the red monocle. I'm sorry, chat room, if you're typing to me. I'm so focused on this. I've done it a couple of times. I've done it like 5 or 6 times. 100 yards. Dismount, dive, drop in the hammer. 2 minutes left. There's the blackfish. As you can tell, you could do this with flying 280, but it's even tighter because you fly 10% slower. One minute, 58 seconds. There we go. Blackfish, stop. Captured bubbles. So I'm buying 5 of them. Are you sure? Yes. There we go. Now I can relax. I got 37 minutes, 15 minutes, and 30 minutes. If you make one mistake, that could cost you the attempt. You have to start all the way over, another 4,000 gold. So I'm swimming to the surface, and I'm flying to Sir Murgleton, which I have a character parked on him. My wife's already gone to bed, so I should have gone to bed an hour ago, but I wanted to show this to the chat room and record it. Bada boom. Mount, stop moving, mount up, and fly. So you can see in the inventory, I have the gastropod gloop, the capture bubbles, and scintillating murloc skin. You need 5 of each to buy the red monocle. And that's it, chat room. I hope you had fun watching as much as I had fun recording. And I will be putting this up on YouTube tomorrow. Hopefully, simplifies it for people who really want to do it. Sir Finley Murgleton. So you approach him, you click on him, and there's the red monocle. Click. Are you sure? Sure. There it is. You can vendor your gastropod gloop that you're not going to use for 1 copper. There we go. There's the red monocle. Thanks, chat room. We'll catch you all later.